Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
McDonald's, in full, McDonald's Incorporation, is an American fast food chain that is one of the largest in the world, known for its hamburgers, especially its Big Macs. Company's headquarters are in Chicago. Early history: the first McDonald's restaurant was opened in 1940 by brothers Morris, Mark, and Richard McDonald in San Bernardino, California. It originally was a drive-in that offered a wide selection of items. However, in 1948, the brothers decided to revamp the business, and after a 3-month renovation, a newly envisaged McDonald's opened. The small restaurant was designed to produce huge quantity of food at low prices. To achieve this, the brothers limited the menu, which only featured hamburgers, potato chips, later replaced by French fries, drinks, and pie, and developed a simple, efficient format that they named the Speedy Service System. This included a self-service counter that eliminated the need for waiters and waitresses, and customers received their food quickly because hamburgers were cooked ahead of time, wrapped and warmed under heat lamps. These innovations allowed the brothers to charge just 15 cents for a basic hamburger, about half the price of competing restaurants. McDonald's was a huge success, and the brothers began a franchise program. Appliances for McDonald's were purchased from a salesman named Ray Kroc, who was intrigued by their need for 8 malts and shake mixers. In 1954, he visited the restaurant to see how a small shop could sell so many milkshakes. Realizing there was great promise in their restaurant concept, Kroc became a franchise agent for the brothers. In April 1955, Kroc launched McDonald's System Incorporated, later known as McDonald's Incorporation, in Des Plaines, Illinois, and there he also opened the first McDonald's franchise east of the Mississippi River. In 1961, Kroc bought out the McDonald's brothers, developing the brand from franchises to Big Macs. Realizing the franchises were vital to the company's success, Kroc developed exacting standards for how each McDonald's should be run, from food preparation to cleaning. To ensure the standardized operation of the outlet, he created, in 1961, a program, later known as Hamburger University, to train franchises. In addition, he eventually changed the format of the restaurants, adding counter staff to take orders, and in 1975, a McDonald's in Arizona opened the chain's first drive-thru window, a feature that soon became very popular. During this time, McDonald's also introduced 3 features that would define its brand and further public recognition. First, in 1963, the public face of the company was introduced, a clown named Ronald McDonald. However, criticism over marketing to children and the growing negative perception of clowns resulted in the company largely sidelining the character in the early 21st century. Perhaps the most notable addition occurred in 1968, when McDonald added the Big Mac to its national menu. The iconic hamburger went on to reportedly become the company's top-selling item after French fries. In addition, during the 1960s, the chain refined its logo, eventually debuting the famous double arc M design, which became its enduring symbol and one of the most famous logos in the world. It was inspired by the tall yellow arches that had dominated earlier McDonald's restaurants' rooftops. These changes helped spur McDonald's growth. In less than 10 years after Kroc became the sole owner of McDonald's, the number of the chain's outlets topped 1,000. Boosted by these numbers, the company's stock began trading publicly in 1965. Expansion and products. The chain continued to expand domestically and internationally. In 1967, a franchise opened in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada, McDonald's first location outside of the United States. By the early 21st century, there were some 34,000 outlets operating in more than 115 countries and territories. Growth was so swift in the 1990s that it was said a new McDonald's opened somewhere in the world every 5 hours. It effectively became the most popular family restaurant, emphasizing affordable food, fun and flavors that appealed to children and adults alike. Over the years, McDonald's also expanded its menu, introducing filet-o-fish sandwiches, 1965, quarter pounders, 1973, egg McMuffins, 1975, Happy Meals, 1979, and Chicken McNuggets, 1983. In addition, the restaurants in foreign countries also adapted their menu to appeal to local customs and tastes. In the 20th century, McDonald's moved beyond hamburger business by acquiring Chipotle Mexican Grill in 1998, Donato's Pizza 1999, and Boston Market 2000 in the United States, and in the United Kingdom, McDonald's purchased Aroma Cafe 1999 and an interest in Pret a Manger 2001, a sandwich restaurant chain. However, by late 2008, McDonald's no longer owned or had a stake in any of these companies, instead concentrating on its own brand. Criticism and response. The success of McDonald's brought increased criticism, much of which centered its perceived association with a global increase in obesity. In the early 2000s, various lawsuits were filed against the company in the United States, alleging that its food caused health problems. Although none of the plaintiffs prevailed, a number of states passed bills banning obesity lawsuits against fast food companies. McDonald's also experienced a backlash following the popular documentary Super Size Me 2004, in which the filmmaker saw his health drastically decline while on a diet of only McDonald's foods. McDonald's responded to the criticism by adding healthy items to its menu, and it began developing a vegan hamburger, variations of which would appear under such names as McVegan, PLT, and McPlant. In 2017, the company released its first plant-based hamburger, though it was only available in certain markets. 2 years later, it began testing another vegan hamburger. In addition, in 2018, McDonald's announced that it had stopped using preservative in most of its hamburgers. During this time, the company also eliminated supersized portions, and its US and Canadian restaurants stopped using trans fats in a number of items. Such measures, however, did little to stem health concerns. As one of the world's largest private employers, McDonald's faced numerous calls to increase wages. The term "Mac job" was added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary to mean low-paying job. The company also was criticized for its negative impact on the environment, especially in regards to its contribution to greenhouse gas emissions. In the early 21st century, McDonald's launched initiatives to reduce emissions at its restaurants and in its suppliers' production of beef. In addition, the company's packaging was a source of concern, and during this time, McDonald's launched a program to move towards renewable or recycled bags, utensils, and other items. Charity work. McDonald's was active in various charities. In 1974, it joined Philadelphia Eagles football player Fred Hill, whose daughter had been diagnosed with leukemia, in founding the Ronald McDonald House in Philadelphia. The residents allowed families to live near the hospital where their children were receiving treatment. By the early 21st century, more than 360 such houses existed around the world. In addition, the Ronald McDonald House Charities supports various other efforts. McDonald's also launched additional initiatives, and these included a college scholarship program for Hispanic students. Hi, thanks for watching to the end. I hope this video has been informative and entertaining. If you like this video and you would like to see more contents like this, kindly like, share, leave a comment in the comment section, and also kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet. Thanks for watching to the end. Have a nice day and look out for the next video.